talk about a dosing strategy that I use with aniracetam that works pretty well. Ultimately, you guys know me, I'm always trying to conserve nootropics and to take nootropics efficiently, so you don't have to take a whole bunch of nootropics to get the desired result. And there are many ways to do that. We often talk about optimizing baseline, and then so that you don't have to take a whole bunch of nootropics to get a particular brain performance outcome, and that's one of the ways. But another way that I've discovered that works for me with a couple different smart drugs is frequent dosing of small doses throughout the day. And here is an example of my strategy with aniracetam. First thing in the morning, or when I start to work, I'll take a mere 175 milligrams of aniracetam, and then I'll drink some coffee with it. That'll put me in a place where, of course, I'm not getting the major benefit from 700 milligrams at a time of aniracetam. But for me, and I think for a lot of other people, I have a theory that the whole 700 milligrams, based on the brain's response to something that tries to drastically change it, and its attempt to try to get back into homeostasis, might negate the effect of that whole 700 milligrams. And you might have some degree of that 700 milligrams of aniracetam that you're wasting. I think about these things, and I don't know that that's true, but it seems that way for me, because at lower doses I get similar effects, especially if I compile the doses over time. So first thing in the morning, 175 milligrams of aniracetam. This is what I do on days when I take aniracetam and engage in this strategy. 2 hours later, after I took the 175 milligrams, I take another 100 milligrams of aniracetam. And then I get back to work. And by that second iteration of aniracetam, the first bit sort of wore off, but there's a residual effect from it. And now I just intensify the residual effect back to a sort of mainstream effect by 100 more milligrams of aniracetam. Then I work for another hour. Then a mere hour later, I take another 100 milligrams of aniracetam. And then I go back to work and work. And at that point, I have taken 175, 275, 375 milligrams of aniracetam over the course of a couple hours, 3 hours. And so it's half of the normal dose basically over the course of 3 hours in microdoses. And I feel pretty good at this point. I'm still working well, I still feel good. I might drink a cup of coffee or two, and I'm still working. I may take a little bit of break, but most of the time I wake up and I work on my laptop. I work 17 hours a day on business stuff, and I work on my laptop. That's why I'm so into nootropics, because it's so helpful in that regard. Then though, after my third dose of aniracetam, I wait 2 hours, about 2 hours, and then I take a dose of 150 milligrams of aniracetam. And that is, by that time, it's normally a little later in the afternoon, 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, maybe slightly before that. And heading into the evening, where I take a break around dinner time, I've got good brain function for the rest of that time. I'm not gonna drink any coffee anymore, because I don't like to drink coffee after 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. So I'm just relying on the aniracetam and my good sleep and how healthy I am at the time to make me function good for the rest of the day. But think about this for a second. If you break down my doses there, that's 525 milligrams of aniracetam throughout the day. And that's all I take. I don't like to take aniracetam at nighttime, because for me it does disturb my sleep a little bit. I just wake up a few times in the middle of the night when I ordinarily wouldn't wake up, so I've noticed that, so I don't like to take it later. I'm trying to figure out why that happens. But instead of taking one dose of 700 milligrams in the morning, and then taking another dose of 700 milligrams 3 hours later, which is what a lot of people do with aniracetam, I take 525 milligrams spaced out throughout the day in 100 and 150 milligram increments, and I just kill it. I feel really, really good. Now, of course, you may not be like me, and it might not affect you in that way. But I would suggest, if you're really trying to save aniracetam and you're trying to use the smart drug efficiently and get your brain to try to work efficiently with small doses of aniracetam, I think this is actually pretty useful. This hasn't really become mainstream yet, but nootropics, I think that the community as a whole is starting to understand the value of low-dose nootropics, and of our lower medium dose nootropics, and of trying to conserve nootropics, and of trying to use them efficiently like this. You dose low doses every couple hours, low doses every couple hours, and get your brain function good. It hasn't become a mainstream narrative yet, because most of the people that are, you got people that are very experienced in the nootropics thread on Reddit, the subreddit nootropics, and elsewhere, and all the Facebook groups and all this stuff, but I think a lot of the people that seem to be posting are people that might have been taking nootropics 2-3 years. And when I was at 2-3 years, I still quite hadn't figured out that lower doses are better if I can make them work by optimizing everything else. And so, but I think it's going to become more of a narrative as we move forward in the nootropic sphere to take slightly less or micro doses several times throughout the day, and that be a strategy. In fact, if you do go and Reddit search this, you can find some people talking about this. It's just not the mainstream narrative. People actually talk about it, and it really works. So recapping, 175 first thing in the morning, 175 milligrams of aniracetam. 2 hours later, 100 milligrams. If you want to write this down. An hour later, 100 milligrams of aniracetam, and then 2 hours later, 150 milligrams. That normally sets me pretty good for the day when I'm taking aniracetam. It works better than taking 700 milligrams first thing in the morning, because if that happens, then 2-3 hours later, because of the way my brain is metabolizing it, I feel like I need more. And then what? I'm going to take another 700 milligrams? I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just space it out evenly with lower doses, try to get the best of those doses. It works well. Got a plug. Support the broadcast, my friends, and purchase a bottle of Cortex. This is our stack. It's funny because people always ask me, well, how does Cortex stack or compare to aniracetam or the racetams? It really doesn't, because these are totally different things, and they work on the cholinergic system, but they do so in a different way. Whereas aniracetam will get me the motivation and the energy, the sort of brain capacity to work on things, and it really profoundly affects my working memory in a way I can just hold information in my brain more so than normal, a lot of data. Cortex is more of a performance smart drug. All right, this will get you to sit down and want to do work for hours. And when you sit down to do the work, you will perform incredibly well if you respond well to uridine and CDP choline as a combo, which is the main driving force of this nootropic. You should Google those two together. Google them individually, but Google them two together, and you'll find that the proponents of stacks like this recognize that gives them good brain function. But we call it workhorse. You can see it there, right? Not to be hyperbolic, but to say that this stack makes you want to sit down and be a workhorse. You get a lot done. And for people that respond well to it, it hones them in to sit down and do work, or to do whatever it is. It doesn't have to be laptop work, for considerable periods of time and function super well while doing it. There's a difference, right? Some people can just like take modafinil and you just have endurance, but you don't have better memory benefits or verbal fluency or whatever. You know, you just have energy. Cortex is like, you have the energy and you have the motivation. It's very wakefulness promoting, but functional benefits are there too, which is very, very cool. Snag a bottle of Cortex at the website, at the livecortex.com website, or just Google it. I think you'll love it, but buy a bottle if you love our content to support the broadcast. And thanks for watching.